As we all know that Russia and Ukraine have conflicts for some time. But this conflict is not new. Today we will look into the facts hidden in the history, which will help us understand that why Russia attacked Ukraine.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Putin called this a special military operation, but it's clear this is a full-scale invasion.
This all starts with 9th century when there was a state called Kyivan Rus, located in the eastern and northern Europe. The modern nations of Belarus, Russia and Ukraine all claim Kyivan Rus as their cultural ancestor. The area was ruled by Vladimir the Great, who was the great prince and ruled from 1980 to 1015 AD. With the passage of time, a lot changed, resulting in the emergence of communist state in 1900s. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, also known as the Soviet Union or USSR. The USSR was a federal union of 15 republics, and Russia was the most powerful of them. Ukraine as the second most powerful, with large agricultural land and a well-established defense industry. Ukraine also housed much of the Soviet nuclear arsenal, and during the Cold War, Ukraine was actively involved in fighting against United States. On the collapse of Soviet Union in 1991, many republics, including Ukraine, became independent. Initially, the Ukraine inherited much of the Soviet nuclear arsenal on the independence, but later in 1994, Ukraine and Russia signed an agreement named as Budapest Memorandum. In this agreement, Russia guaranteed security and sovereignty of Ukraine in exchange for Ukraine's nuclear arsenal. In November 2013, the president of Ukraine, Viktor Yanukovych, who had image of being pro-Moscow, rejected a European Union trade deal and signed a $15 billion bailout from Russia. Many Ukrainians objected this deal as they thought that their president had sold off the sovereignty of Ukraine to Russia. In response, protests broke out in Kyiv's Maidan and named this protest as Euromaidan. Western countries supported the Ukrainian protest while Russia backed the president. Resultantly, Yanukovych's government was toppled in February 2014. Russia didn't like the situation as it lost control of Ukraine. In order to salvage the situation, on 27 February 2014, Russia deployed troops in strategic sites across Crimea, followed by pro-Russian government in the region. It is important to tell that the Crimea was part of Russia from 1921, which was transferred to Ukraine in 1954 as an act to increase solidarity between Russia and Ukraine. On 16 March 2014, Russia annexed Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine after referendum and declared its independence on 16 March 2014. Russia claims to have no involvement in all this. However, Putin admitted deployment of troops with the reason to support Crimean forces. Russia also claims that the Western countries are continuously trying to take control of Ukraine in order to suppress Russia. On the other side, Ukraine claims that the conflict ignited when Russian-backed rebels in Crimea shot down Malaysian Airlines flight MH17 carrying 298 passengers over eastern Ukraine. As Ukrainian offensive approach increased and rebels lost control, Russian army stepped in and fought alongside the rebels. This resulted in a fight which lasted for days and later Minsk Accords signed in 2014, in which both sides agreed on ceasefire and military withdrawal. After annexation and Minsk Accords, Russia continued to increase its military presence in Crimea. Ukraine and Western countries condemned the act of Russia and called this annexation a violation of international laws, Minsk Accords and Budapest Memorandum. As a result, Russian membership was removed from Intergovernmental Political Forum, also known as G8, with introduction of sanctions on Russia. The United Nations also rejected the referendum and annexation and classified Russian actions as unlawful temporary occupation. Ukraine is the largest European country with an area of more than 600,000 square kilometers. It has a population of 44 million, a GDP of more than $155 billion, and per capita income of more than 3,700. People of Ukraine have mixed sentiments. Western side of Ukraine has more sentiments towards Europe, while East is closer to Russia in terms of geography and sentiments. On 24 February 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine in continuation of Russia-Ukrainian war, which began in 2014. Current conflict started with the Ukraine continuously fighting Russian-backed rebels in the regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. Russia has once again sent its troops as Vladimir Putin wants Ukraine to limit or stop NATO's presence in Ukraine. Some historians claim that Putin thinks of Russians and Ukrainians as one people, and he wants to achieve the dream of Greater Russia, while West wants to keep its presence near Russian borders to stay on the upper side. As a general poll, 71% of the Ukrainians reject this invasion and consider Russia as a hostile state. 67% of Ukrainians wants to join European Union, while 59% of the population wants to join the NATO. Ukraine is suffering and war is still continued. As a matter of fact, the Western countries, European Union, and United Nations have implemented several economic sanctions on Russia. However, there is no active role in stopping Russian oppression or finding a solution to this long-going conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Thank you for watching and supporting this channel. If you like the video, press the like button, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more videos coming soon. Thank you.